Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are going to love, especially if you want to know the NBA's next season starting lineups. We're going to be looking at every single NBA team, talking about their projected starting lineup, and also ranking them from worst to the best. During this past offseason, there has been so much moves, a lot of different trades, a lot of blockbuster NBA free agent signings. And with all of these changes, there are going to be a lot of different starting lineups. And I guarantee you guys are going to love the list that I got for you today. But quickly before I get on with this list, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, do me a favor, guys, and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. It would help with the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the best starting lineups in the NBA. Before I get into this list, there is some things that I do want to say first. This list today is simply off of my opinion. What I love about the basketball community is you guys have your opinion, I have mine. If you agree with me, tell me. But if you disagree, tell me where you disagree, and then let's start a conversation in the comment section down below. For this list, I am considering that all players on the roster is fully healthy. For this upcoming season, there are going to be a few players that will miss the beginning and then come back during the season, but in this list, I'm just imagining everybody as fully healthy. One more very important thing to note is that this video is ranking the best starting lineup, not the best team in the NBA, because for sure, the best team in the NBA does not have to have the best starting five. They could have a great all-around team, a great bench. This video is focusing just on the starting five, so please keep that in mind. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get into the list. At number 30, the worst starting lineup in the NBA is the Detroit Pistons, and this is their lineup. They have Killian Hayes point guard, Cade Cunningham shooting guard, Saddiq Bey small forward, Jeremy Grant power forward, and Isaiah Stewart at center. During this offseason, the Pistons drafted Cade Cunningham with the first overall pick. But let's be honest, even though Cade has a bright future, he's just not gonna make a bad team an amazing team out of nowhere. It takes time. At number 29, we got the Houston Rockets. This is their lineup. John Wall point guard, Kevin Porter Jr. shooting guard, their new rookie Jalen Green with the second overall pick small forward, Daniel Tice power forward, and Christian Wood at center. The Houston Rockets have a lot of young players, but after losing James Harden, let's be honest, they went from competitive to a non-factor in the NBA. At number 28, we got the Orlando Magic. Their lineup is basically the same. Markelle Fultz point guard, Gary Harris shooting guard, Terrence Ross small forward, Jonathan Isaac power forward, and Wendell Carter Jr. After losing Nikola Vucevic, the Orlando Magic are no longer a contender in the Eastern Conference. At number 27, there's the Timberwolves. During this past offseason, they've made zero moves. Their lineup is D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Malik Beasley, Taurean Prince they got, and Karl Anthony Towns. No big changes. Last year with this roster, they were one of the worst teams in the West, and honestly, I do see this team getting better, but not much of an improvement. At number 26, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they have the same lineup as last year. Darius Garland point guard, Colin Sexton shooting guard, Isaac Okoro small forward, Kevin Love power forward, and Jared Allen center. After re-signing Jared Allen, he is clearly the future of this team. At number 25, we got OKC, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They got SGA Shai at point guard, Lou Dort shooting guard. They got Alex Pakuvsky at small forward, Baisley power forward, and after losing Al Horford, Isaiah Roby is their new center. At number 24, we got the San Antonio Spurs. There's DeJounte Murray, Derek White, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and Jakob Poeltl. No improvements. They lost LaMarcus Aldridge, and of course, they lost DeMar DeRozan. At number 23, we got the Sacramento Kings. Same lineup as last year. De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Marvin Bagley, and they just re-signed Richaun Holmes. At number 22, we got the Indiana Pacers. Same lineup. Malcolm Brogdon, Karis LeVert, they're getting TJ Warren back from last year, Domantas Sabonis, and Miles Turner. At number 21, we got the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier point guard, Gordon Hayward small forward, Miles Bridges power forward, and PJ Washington at center. The Hornets are going to be a bright team in the NBA going forward, but not right now. At number 20, we got the Washington Wizards. They got newly acquired Spencer Dinwiddie, of course Bradley Beal, all-star shooting guard. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, then there's Rui Hachimura, and Thomas Bryant or Montrezl Harrell. The Wizards made some improvements after losing Russell Westbrook. At number 19, we got the Toronto Raptors. That is my team. There's Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and Chris Boucher. This is their starting lineup. I do believe losing Kyle Lowry was a big time loss, but honestly, they've kept it composed and still rebuilt a pretty good team. At number 18, we got the Memphis Grizzlies. There's Ja Morant, Dillon Brooks, Kyle Anderson, JJJ, Jaren Jackson Jr., and after trading away JV, they have Steven Adams as their new center. At number 17, we got the Pelicans. They got Devontae Graham as a new point guard, then Nickeil Alexander-Walker as a new shooting guard, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas they got from the Memphis Grizzlies. That's why I'm putting the Pelicans over Memphis, because JV is a big time upgrade over Steven Adams. The question now is, can the Pelicans make the playoffs? At number 16, we got the Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, and Jusuf Nurkic. This past offseason, they did nothing except bring back Norman Powell and then sign some very cheap but non-factor role players. For the Portland Trailblazers' sake, I really hope Dame does not request a trade. At number 15, we got the Chicago Bulls, one of the newest revamped teams in the offseason. They got Lonzo Ball, point guard, Zach LaVine, shooting guard, DeMar DeRozan, small forward. Then they got Lauri Markkanen at power forward and Nikola Vucevic at the center position. I want to see how the newly looked Bulls stacked up and how good they're going to be in the new Eastern Conference. At number 14, we got the Boston Celtics. They have a pretty new lineup this year. They have Marcus Smart, point guard. They lost Kemba. They got Josh Richardson. Of course, Jaylen Brown still there. Jason Tatum, their superstar. And then they brought back Al Horford for Kemba Walker. I believe this was a great move, as they finally have a center that's reliable and brings veteran experience. At number 13, we got the Atlanta Hawks. They got Trae Young, Bogey Bogdanovic, then there's DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Clint Capella. The Hawks are getting better. They made the NBA Eastern Conference Finals last year, and I do believe they're still a playoff team. At number 12, we got the Dallas Mavericks, and that's around superstar Luka Doncic, who just signed a Supermax contract extension. They have Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, Kristaps Porzingis, and Dwight Powell. Their lineup is the same as last year, and they're still going to keep getting better and competitive. At number 11, we got the New York Knicks. The Knicks were one of the hottest teams in the offseason. Their lineup is now Kemba Walker, point guard, Evan Fournier, shooting guard, RJ Barrett, small forward, Julius Randle, power forward, and Mitchell Robinson at center. They made a few moves, and their overall roster as well is tough, and it's going to be a playoff one once again. At number 10, we got the Denver Nuggets. We got Jamal Murray, Will Barton, Michael Porter Jr., and the reigning MVP of Nikola Jokic. Hopefully, Jamal Murray comes back in time for the Denver Nuggets to be a playoff factor. At number 9, we got the newly looked roster of the Miami Heat. They got Kyle Lowry, point guard, Duncan Robinson, shooting guard, Jimmy Butler, small forward, PJ Tucker, previous NBA championship at power forward, and Bam Adebayo at center. The Heat also has a very good bench, so if this was a video on the best teams, they'd be higher on this list. But of course, when it comes to the starters, they're still going to be a championship contender. At number 8, we got the Phoenix Suns, and their lineup is the same as last year. Chris Paul, point guard, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton. They made it to the NBA Finals last year, and I still believe they're going to be a contender this year. At number 7, we got the Los Angeles Clippers. They got Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris Sr., and of course Serge Ibaka is going to be back fully healthy. The Clippers are always going to be a contender as long as they got the superstars. At number 6, we got the Utah Jazz. They have the same starting lineup. They got Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Royce O'Neal, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Rudy Gobert. I mentioned earlier that if this was a video on the best teams, the Jazz would be higher because they have Joe Ingles off the bench, Jordan Clarkson off the bench, but when it comes to the straight starting lineup, the Jazz are at number 6. At number 5, we got the Philadelphia 76ers. They got Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. They didn't make changes to the starting lineup, but still, their dominance is obvious. At number 4, we got the Golden State Warriors. They're gonna be healthy next year. They got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney. Steph and Klay alone are worthy of a top 5 spot on this list. At number 3, we got the reigning NBA champs, the Milwaukee Bucks. Jrue Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brook Lopez. At number 2, we got the newly looked Los Angeles Lakers. They got Russell Westbrook point guard, Wayne Ellington shooting guard, LeBron James small forward, Anthony Davis power forward, and Marc Gasol at center. The Lakers are always going to be one of the best teams as long as LeBron and Anthony Davis is in the starting lineup, but getting Russell Westbrook shoots them straight to the top. And at number 1, it's pretty obvious, it's the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving point guard, James Harden shooting guard, Joe Harris small forward, Kevin Durant power forward, and Blake Griffin at center. The Brooklyn Nets, when fully healthy, are an unstoppable force. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about the best starting lineups from every NBA team. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. Would you change anything on my list, or do you love it? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!